guys, welcome back to my channel. Every year we do daily December and this year is no different. It's basically just Vlogmas, but I don't like to call it Vlogmas because most of them aren't vlogs. They're going to be like sit down videos like this one, but this one is going to be very chatty. I thought that we would kick off the month with just a good old fashioned get ready with me. As you can see, this is not my usual setup. I'm actually about to film some videos for a brand's channel, and so I've set up this like studio situation in my living room. My flatmate's gonna go nuts. But I need to do my makeup for those videos, and I thought I might as well, I've just spent like an hour putting this together, so I thought I might as well get as much use out of it as I can. So now we get to enjoy it together. As you can see, my skin is not great at the moment. I had this really horrible spot on my cheek. I've forgotten words. Should I talk you through products? I might. This is the Glossier Priming Moisturiser Balance. I bought this for a video actually ages ago, and I have continued to use it every day since I filmed that review, which I do think is always the test. The actual test is, like, I think I always tell the truth in my reviews 100%, but I do think it's a different thing saying that I like a product when I do like it versus like, do I choose to use it repeatedly every single day after that experiment period of time is over, you know? And this has stood the test of time. And so has my Glossier concealer actually. So as the title suggests, I wanted to talk about friendships in this video, and there's been a couple of catalysts for wanting to talk about this. The first is that, to be honest, I felt like a really bad friend recently. Can anybody take me seriously when I look like this? I have felt like a bad friend recently. I know that I haven't been checking in on people as much as I normally do. I obviously haven't been able to see anyone, as none of us have. And as somebody who prides myself on being a very good friend, that's felt really bizarre. And I've really struggled to actually, you know when you do the thing where you don't message someone and then you convince yourself that they hate you, so you don't message them for longer and it just gets worse and worse and worse. I've been doing a lot of that, but also I've just been really difficult to get hold of. I've been trying to spend a lot less time on my phone because in lockdown 1 I was spending around 14 hours a day on my phone, which is hideous. Actually, that's almost all of my waking hours, isn't it, when you think about it? Like, based on a model of sleeping for 8 hours and being awake for 16. Like, that's disgusting. I've never thought about it like that before. And so I have just been trying to make a really conscious effort not to be on my phone as much. I've actually been thinking about doing a video for part of one of these December videos where I try not to use my phone for like 48 hours and just sort of see how that goes, because it's got really out of hand. So I have been feeling that way for a while. Oh, I'm just setting that with the Hourglass translucent setting powder. I love this stuff, it's brilliant. And then using my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless foundation. This is one of 2 foundations I've used now. How exciting. Yeah, in the last 3 days I have had 3 separate friends message me and apologise for being bad friends, and I have not felt like any of them have been bad friends. Yes, I haven't spoken to them as much as I typically would, but this year is really weird, you know? But them being bad friends actually hasn't crossed my mind at all. In fact, I was quite concerned that I was coming across as a bad friend. And where does this cycle end, you know? But I am saying that as somebody who still feels hugely guilty, and I don't know kind of what the answer is. Am I a bad friend? Maybe. I'm finding it really difficult to carry or to hold a conversation at the moment, and I think it's because usually you have conversations about like shared or differing experiences, right? But there are no differing experiences to really be had at the moment. Everybody's stuck indoors, and we have been for a really long time, and like just talking about the fact that we're stuck indoors and that being like a shared experience, I just don't feel like that does anyone any good, because it's all I think about and I don't want to talk about it, you know? I have quite a lot of long distance friends, and I always have had, really. I used to make a lot of friends on holiday and stuff when I was a kid. And I think I've had a lot of practice in how to communicate with people, even if you can't see them, they're not right in front of you, and they might not, and you might not, you know, share the same physical space. But this year's felt a bit like all of your friends are long distance friends to a certain extent. I need to do my brows off camera or this will be a disaster. But I'm going to use 3 things from Benefit. The Precisely My Brow Pencil, I'm actually probably just going to use the spoolie from this. The Cabrow Brow Pomade, and then the clear 24-hour brow setter gel stuff. Brows and lips always make the biggest difference, although I think I do look insane until I put my eye makeup on. I think generally I'm the kind of friend who is there. I'm definitely the friend who people call when there is a problem. And I think that I'm good at offering like practical solutions and practical help. And that's been really difficult this year because obviously there aren't really any practical solutions or practical help to give, apart from like just chatting, which I am happy to do always. I don't know, I guess it's just social anxiety, isn't it? If you look at it in terms of the love languages, do you know what I'm talking about? There's like the 5 different love languages, and it is primarily to do with like romantic relationships, but you can also apply it to like general other relationships. And definitely one of my like biggest love languages is acts of service, and that is how I kind of show that I care about people as well. I very rarely tell them, and I know that that's probably bad to some people, but it is just what I'm like. Everybody has been having such a tough time this year, and short of building a bloody vaccine myself, there is absolutely nothing that I can do about it, and that's really hard as somebody who likes to solve the problem. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. It's difficult. It's meant getting a bit more creative sometimes, but also like everyone's having a rough year, and so am I, and it's taking all of the energy that I have to just kind of keep myself busy and make sure that like work stuff's okay, and that my bedroom isn't looking like there could be creatures living in it. You know, like I'm just trying, which means that sometimes holding a conversation with other people just feels a bit too much, but that doesn't mean I'm not thinking about them, like, but they don't know that, so that doesn't help them. Do you know what I mean? Don't know. I feel quite rubbish about it, and I was embarrassed, to be honest, because yeah, I don't really know where that puts me. But then when I got all of those messages, with each message that said, I'm sorry I've been such a bad friend, my immediate and like gut response was, oh my god, no, like I didn't think that at all. It's just a weird year. Hopefully we are nearing the end of it. I think the weird thing is that like my very immediate circle are people who I have seen in varying amounts depending on, you know, the proximity to me in which they live and a lot of different circumstances. But at some point this year I have seen most of my closest friends. It's the people who are like not that immediate circle, but also people that I would still consider to be really good friends. Those relationships are the ones that have really suffered, because those are the kinds of people that normally I like arrange to see every few weeks and then catch up then and stuff, and obviously that hasn't been able to happen. And like people that I would normally see once a year, like when my like wider friendship group from home will get together around Christmas time every year, the knowledge that that's not going to happen is making me really sad. And yeah, we can do a Zoom call, but you know how when people talk over at one another during Zoom calls, you can't hear either of them? And for that reason, I don't really like talking to my friends on Zoom, because I met my friends through musical theatre and we are incredibly noisy. Anyway, the point in this video wasn't like to have a pity party. I just kind of wanted to see if anyone else was feeling the same way, because based on those messages that I received from my friends, it seems like people are. And I'm not saying that that excuses the way that I have been this year. I think it is something that probably a few people are due an apology for. I've just been really difficult to get in touch with and even harder to stay in touch with. I don't want this video to come across like I'm making excuses for myself. I'm not. It's just kind of my internal monologue. Why am I trying to talk while I'm doing mascara? This was never gonna work. And yeah, I just wanted to know if any of you are feeling the same way, I guess, or if you have any thoughts, let me know. I've been thinking of doing like a weekly one of these get ready with me's where we just sort of have a chat. I'll do my makeup, you can do your makeup if you want to. I think they just feel quite cozy. I always like filming these even though they don't like necessarily perform that well. Gotta have a balance, you know? Some videos that get the views, some videos that just make me happy. So that is my makeup done. It went alright actually. Normally when I film it goes really badly, but this one went okay. If you would like me to carry these get ready with me's on, then please leave a comment and let me know. Maybe if you have anything that you think would be interesting to talk about, or drop them into my Instagram DMs if you would prefer. Give the video a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you tomorrow and every day for the rest of December. Why do I continue to do this to myself?